Okay, first thing, do not ever make this error. When you see this, I have seen students who think they're seeing this. I've also seen students who think they're seeing this. Okay? Only one of those is correct. So do not make the mistake of choosing the wrong one. It feels like Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade where he makes it, nobody remembers that. That is a good scene. I like that a lot, where he's in the tomb, like he's in the things like, you must choose wisely. The guy chooses, and he like vaporizes, like, he chose poorly. Don't have a good voice for that. That's a good scene, Maya. That's a good one. That's a good scene. Oh, shut up now. Okay. Question? So which one is it? Is it green or purple? Say it. Green. Good work. You chose wisely. Yeah, it's the green. The purple will be written like this, actually. Please put this in your notes, flashcard, whatever. This has been an often missed test question. Okay, that's how they write the purple. I have never seen this on an AP test. I have seen this every year. So make sure you have that clearly understood. Please.
Wouldn't there be a 1 negative or minus 2 be to the third power also?
Oh, 2 points, but no. So I think, well, another, maybe there's 3 points for Kate, 4. This is another common mistake. It's common to think that you're supposed to like this kind of a thing. I don't know if that's what you're thinking.
I get it.
Don't ever do that. Don't do that. 5 points. Okay. Questions? I'm going to erase it. We good to erase? Got it in your notes? We good? No complaints?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
Talk to me.
So, if that is bad, then
Wait.
what is it saying to do?
To cube, oh, you all know, points for everybody. Okay, look at me. My goal in calculus is to, like, there are things you have to memorize. And I don't know what person on the planet would ever say this is common sense. This is not common sense. You have to memorize this. But, it's easy, common sense. Look, there are a lot of other things that if you will think of it in a common sense way, you will not have to do extra memorization. That's how I survived engineering, because I had to remember all this math stuff, right, to do all these engineering problems. I couldn't do it by like continually trying to remember formulas. I had to find common sense ways to remember. To cube something. Hands up. What does it mean to cube something? Come on, hands. What does it mean to cube something? What does it mean to cube something? Richard.
To make like 3 of the same things times each other.
Right. So what you really have to do, which you don't want to do, is take this, write it again, and then you have to multiply it out the old hippo butt way.
What times what?
Yeah, thank you. All right. So you don't want to do that either. Like, that's not bad, it's just yuck. Okay? So just leave it. Like, you can't do this, just leave it like that. You don't want to do anything. If you had to, you could, but you don't want to. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
3 points. Okay, can I erase? Thank you. Maya says yes, I'm good. I don't care about anybody else. Okay, good. Spokesperson for the class. First step's always the same. We take the derivative of both sides. First step is always the same. Derivative of both sides. Question? Okay, hands up. What rule gets used first? All you have to do to find the rule is you just have to say, I have, it's what I was doing with Maya a minute ago. You have d over dx. And then you just look at this piece, and that's got to match one of the rules, on the left of the rule. So hands, come on. What rule comes first? Make sure our sound is still working. Yep, working good. Written. Sign rule. Right here, and of course I'm cheating because I have all the right rules laid out for you. Makes it hard if I have to keep doing this and say, okay, look, there's the rule. Now we're going to, yeah, it's just easier to put it. I have d dx, sine of something. Okay? How many knew it? 2 points. 3 for Britain. Hands up. What's the g of x in this case? And g of x just keeps changing, but what's g of x now? Yeah.
5x to the third minus 2.
All cubed.
Yeah.
Because we have the sine of this. So the extra parentheses here do kind of help clarify what we have. That's what we really have. How many knew it? 2 points. So we apply the sine rule. So the next line says y prime equals cosine of the g of x, 5x cubed minus 2 being cubed. Then it's d over dx of the g of x. Question? Oh, please.
So
President.
when you're rewriting it for like the sine rule, how come your sine isn't incorporated into like the g of x? How come you only put 5x cubed minus 2?
I'll get you to answer it. You'll see it. So when we're looking here, we're comparing to this one, right? So you see the d, you see the dx, you see that it's the sine of stuff, right? Sine of g of x.
Oh, yeah.
So when we get to here, it's just the g of x. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
That's good work. 2 for Bradley. Anybody else? Question for the whole room. Raise your hand if you have in your notes an example of how to find the derivative of something that looks like this. Just raise your hand if you can find in your notes an example of finding the derivative of something that looks like this. Raise your hand if you have written in your notes an example of finding the derivative of something that looks pretty much like this. If you're not raising your hand, you did not write down problem number 46, but anyway, notice problem 46. Look. Okay? That's how this derivative process always works. That's why I say I don't have a whole lot of teaching to do. You just have a lot of practicing to do. Okay? Because now the rest of the problem, you'll keep writing this piece. This part is done. But this part's going to be just like 46. Nothing new. Please.
So that part is done because the sine rule eliminated the d, like.
Think of it this way, Greta. We want to find the rate of change or derivative of the entire function as a whole. So the d dx operator applies to all of it in the first step. Once we use the sine rule essentially takes care of the sine part. It creates this. Now we have to do the derivative to what's on the inside. So we're working on that, and then we just kind of work our way through. Question? Oh, the bell ring in 40 seconds. Good work.
Oh, I have a question.
2023